All right, everybody. I think it's time I finally put out a video and address everything that's going on. These last few days have been an a large amount of, just stuff coming out, and I can't hide from it any longer. I can't just avoid it. I have to, talk about it. I wanted to give it some time to kind of sink in and just see what was going to happen. But, the first thing I have to say is that this message is meant for my clients that are directly involved. It's for the dealers that are involved. It's for, my friends that are going to be affected, my former employees, people in the watch industry that are going to be directly affected by my actions. I know my words don't mean anything right now, but I really am genuinely sorry. Just to talk about the first thing that popped up, which is that text message that I sent out to a few clients. That is a real text message. That is something that I sent. And I sent that, because life just hasn't been fun lately. Like the message said, I've battled with demons, and I've let stuff get the best of me, and I've made a lot of bad decisions. I made a lot of dumb mistakes. I even lied in that message about a robbery, hoping to cover it up even more while I try to fix it. And, it's gotten to where just living this fake lifestyle, this look at me, I'm smart, I'm successful, keeping up the appearances, it's eating me alive. I drink every night just to be able to go to sleep. I've lied to my employees, I've lied to my clients, I've lied to my friends, I've lied to my peers. And it was all keeping up this facade. It was not being willing to admit that I'd made mistakes very early on. I'll admit it. I got a little taste of success and never wanted to forget that feeling. So when I did make dumb decisions, I would write them off, or I wouldn't address them, because if I addressed something I did that didn't work, then to me that was admitting failure. And my ego was too big. My personality didn't want that to happen. I didn't want people thinking I was a failure. I didn't want people thinking I was a fraud, a fake. I got accustomed to this lifestyle, and getting that type of attention, it ruined me. I built a hell of a business when I was sober, and I made some little mistakes when I was in Dallas, and part of my past came back to haunt me. So, not to say that that's the cause of it. The stuff I did was wrong. Spending people's money, living above my means, living this flex lifestyle, all that stuff was wrong. But, dealing with the kind of backlash that I've gotten, I'm not using it, I'm not blaming it on that, but it is hard. It is a stressor, and I deal with it, and I do my best to keep it suppressed and pretend like it doesn't bother me, but it does. I've gone on my little tyrants where I respond to haters on social media, and I'm getting carried away, but that message was real. The voice recording was real. That was me talking to a client. Obviously I was unaware that he was recording, but that phone call came because I needed someone to talk to. I've been digging myself this hole, and it's a $5 million hole. Yes, it's true. I'm $5 million in debt. About $3 million of that debt is to two big clients of mine. One who acted as an investor, and I used his money to fund my lifestyle. The other who, I'll just leave it at that. I owe two big people $3 million, and I owe a lot of small people a collective $2 million for watches that I've sold. And, you know, I can't take that back. I can't lie about it. But me reaching out to the client to talk about it was because I didn't know who I can trust. I didn't know who I could vent to or talk about it to, but I knew that I just didn't want to hold it in anymore. Like, I'm tired of living this lie. I'm tired of the person that I was becoming. You know, I wasn't happy. I haven't been happy for a long time, but I've been putting on this facade like everything's great and everything's perfect. And look at me, I drive a Lambo and my life's amazing. And it's all a lie. It's all fake. Like, I fucking hate it. You know, like that's what it's gotten to. And, you know, could I have kept this lie up for a little while longer? Probably. And I'm not proud of that. And I never meant to hurt anybody. And, you know, my mistakes are what dug this hole deeper and deeper and deeper, to the point where if I don't stop it, I'm not going to get out. It's going to get so big that it's irreparable. Admitting those kind of things, like, it was the hardest thing. It was the most embarrassing thing. Like I said, it's hard for someone like me to admit failure, to admit defeat, to admit that I'm an alcoholic, or I have a drug problem, or I have a gambling problem, or I have a spending problem, or I've wasted money on cocaine and hookers and nights out in Vegas and just dumb shit, living this fake lifestyle to impress people that don't really care. You know, that's who I've become, and I hate it. I drink myself to sleep every night to be able to, you know, just to get rid of the stress for a little bit. And this last week and a half since this stuff started coming out is where it's my breaking point. This is a rock bottom for me. Like, this feeling like this is worse than sitting in a prison cell, which is where, you know, I may end up. I don't know. You know, I was hoping that by talking to a couple people about this and sending a message out to clients, you know, I understand I've hurt a lot of people and I've screwed a lot of people, but my idea wasn't to, you know, get away from it. It was to accept it and own what I've done and start trying, like, you start the process to try to fix it. I can't change what I've done, but I also don't want to hide from it. I don't want to lie about it anymore. I don't want to pretend, you know, to be something I'm not. I just want a chance at a real life, and I haven't had a real life in a few years. You know, especially not my life. I don't know what's going to come of this. You know, the one thing I'll say is that this is 100% on me. You know, everything, the lies, the deception, the money, you know, it's all on me. My employees, you know, I've watched a lot of the backlash that they're getting, the threatening phone calls, the death threats, the stuff, and it's just, that's not fair to them, man. It's, you know, one of the biggest reasons I wanted to make this video is to say that this is my problem, this is my mess, it's something I'm gonna have to dig out of. You know, my team leaving as this started to come out was the smartest decision they could have made, which was to separate themselves from the chaos that I have created and the potential aftermath that this is going to have, and give them a chance, like a fighting chance, to go do their own thing. And, you know, if I could ask anything, if you guys want to hate me, I completely understand that. I deserve it. If you want to bash me, I deserve it. And, you know, there's nothing I can do about that. But my team had no idea about this. I control the money. I control the books. They were just doing their jobs. They were doing what I told them to do. So let them separate from the TPG organization. Let them, you know, give them a fair shot at doing what I didn't do and creating a real business and creating a real life, and leave everything that's involved with this to me, because I'm the one that did it. I take 100% responsibility for everything that's going on right now. And I don't want you guys to attack them and take away their shot at a life because of the stupid shit that I've done. You know, like I said, I can't take back what I've done. You know, I can only accept it, apologize to you guys. I don't expect any forgiveness, but like I said in my initial message, I'm not hiding from this. I'm not turning my social media off. I'm not going to file bankruptcy. I'm not going to leave the country. I'm not going to do any of those things. The whole point was to own it and start figuring out a way to try to fix it. Now, again, I didn't anticipate it getting this big, and I didn't anticipate it blowing up this fast. And maybe that's part of my problem, is I don't anticipate stuff. I don't anticipate the worst. I just hope for the best on everything. And that's still true to today. I don't know what the worst has to come. I don't know what tomorrow holds. I know it's going to be a shit show for a while, and it's just getting started, and I've got a lot on my plate that I'm going to have to deal with, but I'm prepared to deal with what I've caused. I'm fully aware of what I've done, how many people I've hurt, and how bad this can get, and I accept it. And you know, I may not be able to work for a while. I may not be able to do any business anywhere. I don't know. But I know that somehow, some way, I will fix this, and I will right everybody that I've wronged. I don't know how long that's going to take. But I'm not going to hide from it. You know, I'm going to do my best to fix it. Hopefully I can get a job. I don't know. I honestly don't have an answer, but you know, I'm not going to screw anybody in the end, and I'm not going to, you know, put blame on anybody but myself. I let my demons and everything get the best of me. I lied to people. I abused people's trust. I took advantage of people with my reputation, and I manipulated people, and I screwed a lot of people over. And that's something I'm gonna have to live with for the rest of my life and a long time. But you know, the only thing I can do is say I'm sorry to everybody involved. I'm sorry to everybody that's indirectly involved and that's gonna feel something from this, you know. That's really all I've got. You know, I fucked up. Regardless of how this looks and what's being said and the dumb shit I've done, I don't think I'm a bad person. I think I did some very bad things, and you know, part of my mind justifies doing one bad thing to make right for another person, but that doesn't justify me doing the bad thing. But at the end of the day, I still don't think I'm a bad person. I think I made some really, really bad decisions, and I've screwed some people over, and I've got a lot of work to do on myself. But the only thing I can do is just take it from here on out, take it a day at a time, realize where I'm at, and just, you know, this is one of the worst feelings I've ever felt in my life. I'm not going to drink today. I'm not going to use any drugs today. And I'm going to try not, and tomorrow I'm going to wake up with the attitude and just, I'm going to take it as it comes and just take it a day at a time. And, you know, and I know that this means nothing to anybody and right now, and it's just words, and, you know, maybe this is just, people are going to say that this is a video for sympathy and whatever, you know, I get it. But I sent those messages with a purpose, to try and start digging myself out of a hole that was coming. It was only a matter of time before that got out. I just couldn't live with myself and who I was becoming anymore. So this is my rock bottom. So, you know, you guys can accept it or not. It is what it is. I'm in a hole. I'm going to do my best to fix it. If someone gives me opportunity to, I'm going to take that opportunity. If nobody gives me the opportunity, then I'm just going to take life as it is and accept whatever my fate is. But to all those of you that really are truly involved, that I haven't already spoken with, you have my word that as long as I'm around, I will do my best to get you made whole. And that's all I've got right now.